Okay, this is a lab called the Lunar Landing Lab. It's Houston, we have a problem. Okay, and so let me explain how this lab works. So you have the moon's surface here. Okay, there's the moon's surface, and you have a spaceship. And that spaceship is above the moon's surface. I'm going to draw that there, and there it is. And it has a little cargo thing in there. Okay, it has a little cargo thing in there. And this is the moon. There's a crater over here. There's another crater over here. Okay, it's made of cheese, right? Remember that science fact from biology, right? Or from astronomy. Okay. So anyway, so this little spaceship has a cargo hold, and it's going to drop cargo. There's a colony on the moon right here. There's a moon colony, and there are people living in that colony, and basically they're going to drop cargo to this moon colony from the ship. Now the idea is they can't land the ship. The ship is flying above the surface of the moon. Okay? Now they're going to drop the cargo out of the ship, and it's going to fall to the moon's surface due to the acceleration of the moon's gravity. Okay? Okay, so it's going to fall to the moon's surface with the acceleration of the moon's gravity. Now, the problem is that the cargo container has only so strong. So, if it falls too fast and hits the moon too hard, the cargo container will break. Okay? So your job is to figure out how high the ship is above the surface of the moon, so that way you can know how high the ship has to fly, so that when the cargo hits the surface of the earth, it's not falling too fast. Okay? So here's the information about your cargo. You have cargo B. Okay? The mass of the cargo is 200 kilograms. Okay? The maximum velocity of the cargo is 45 meters per second. So in other words, if it hits the surface of the moon at a velocity greater than 45 meters per second, the cargo will break, and the colony will, who knows, they won't get their oxygen or something. Who knows what it is. Okay? Now there's one little caveat to this. The acceleration on the moon is 1.6 meters per second squared. This is g, little g, on the moon. Okay? Now if you remember, little g on the Earth is minus 9.8 meters per second squared. Well, the reason the moon's g is lower than the Earth is that the moon is about 1/6 the size of the Earth in terms of its mass. And so the moon's gravity is 1/6 of the Earth. Okay, so g on the moon is 1.6 meters per second squared. So when you solve this problem, the pull of gravity to the surface of the moon by the cargo is not going to be as strong as the Earth, and so that means you can drop it from a higher elevation. Okay, so that's what you're going to try to do here. And so I'm going to help you through the lab step by step in Canvas after we get going. But this gives you some background. Read the information on the sheet. Okay? Okay, get started on the lab.